Hi, my name is Andrea Perez, and the district that I chose to go and attend a board meeting was Palmdale School District. So Palmdale School District is a really large district. I've lived in Palmdale my whole life, and I never realized how big the district really was. It consists of 26 schools. They range from elementary, middle school, high school, and special education schools. So for elementary schools, we have Beryl Springs, Buena Vista, Chaparral, Cimarron, Desert Rose, Golden Poppy, Joshua Hills, Manzanita, Mesquite, Octillo, Palm Tree, Palmdale Learning Center, Quail Valley, Summer Wind, Tamarisk, Tumbleweed, and Yucca. Now for middle school, we have Cactus Middle School, David G. Millen, Desert Willow, Sage Academy, and Shadow Hills. We have two dual immersion schools that are part of our Palmdale School District, and they both incorporate Spanish into their curriculum. And the first school is Dos Caminos Immersion, and the second is Los Amigos. Other extra learning academies that we have include Early Childhood Education, Innovations Academy, Oak Tree Learning Center, Palmdale Discovery Center, Yellen Learning Center. Now, Palmdale School District, as you can imagine, is extremely large. We serve approximately 28,000 children, and our grades rank from kindergarten to 12th grade. Now, at the Palmdale Board District meeting, we have 6 elected board members. The board president is Nancy Smith. Then we have Sharon Vega, Dennis Trujillo, Joyce Ricks, Ralph Vellador, and Miss Turner. Miss Turner is actually a student board member who was elected, so that's why there's 6 instead of 5. So Palmdale School District meets approximately every 2 weeks. According to their schedule, they might have one extra board meeting a month, but that's like a special board meeting, and it's a closed session. It's not open to the public. Board members. So every school district must address 5 different specific functions. The first is finance, the second is personnel, the third is curriculum, then students, and then infrastructure. So in regards to finance, the board can affect you financially indirectly and directly. One way that they can affect you directly is by having an effect on your pay and having an effect on any benefits you receive from the job. Indirectly, the board can affect you by making class sizes smaller if they don't have enough money to pay for extra teachers, and by not supplying each classroom with the appropriate amount of materials to the point where teachers actually have to fork out money and pay for materials so that their students can each have an equal opportunity of learning. Alright, board members also have to address personnel. So their job is to hire and fire everyone. This ranges from teachers, custodians, principals, bus drivers, just about anybody working at a school. They're also responsible for like job descriptions and contracts that you have to sign, addressing specifically what your job requirements are and that you're going to fulfill them, or else you'll get fired. They also, I personally did not know this, but I didn't know that the board members were the ones who defined what curriculum could be taught. I thought that was up to the principal and the teachers, but I guess not. So board members are actually responsible for the curriculum that is taught to the children. They are responsible for defining the curriculum and the way it's going to be implemented, and to make sure that it's implemented in a way where the standards that the state board requires are integrated in what our local board requires. The board also deals with students kind of in an informal way, but they don't necessarily interact with children, but they make the rules for the children. So they're responsible for dress codes, for what they feel is the minimum amount of attendance a child should reach, because every school is different. Some schools may only want children to miss 5 days of schools, while another school may only want a child to miss 10 days. So it really just depends on the district. Also, disciplinary standards. I've been a witness to that. I work at a school, and although I feel a lot of children should be disciplined in certain ways, like suspension or get detention and things like that, districts have a limit on how much you can do. So like our district only allows for a certain amount of suspensions per year. Once we've reached that amount, we're not allowed to suspend kids, which is kind of rough, because when a child is acting up, if you don't discipline them, they're going to think it's okay to do it. But if the board sets a limit, then there's nothing you can really do besides disciplining inside the school rather than sending a child home. They can also affect students indirectly by allowing extracurricular activities to either be okay or not. So for example, for sports, certain schools require children to have a GPA that, like the high school I went to, you had to have a 2.0 GPA to be able to play sports. Other schools only require a 1.5 GPA. So it depends on the school. And then there's schools that don't require any academic achievement to be able to play sports. So it really just depends on the school, but that is something that the board is able to address. Lastly, they can address infrastructure. So they can determine whether they want to fix buildings and make sure they're up to code, or just save money and build a whole new school, to where, although it may be more expensive, in the long run, there's less work that has to be done, because everything is new and up to date, and you're not busy spending money fixing the buildings as they're slowly breaking down. All right, so the general format of this board meeting was split up in two different sessions. The first session was an open session. So I didn't know that there was open and closed sessions, which is kind of interesting, actually. So the open session is when all the teachers can come in, parents, students, and they can hear all the activities that are going on, and they can be a part of the board meeting. Where the closed session is only certain people that are going to be involved in what the session is actually about are allowed in closed session. So like if you're not either talking about what's going to happen or going to defend what's going to happen, then you're not really allowed in the meeting. Only those specific people are allowed to talk to the board members during that time. So I was able to participate in the open session, which was really cool. I found it really interesting. So in the open session started off by taking attendance. After that, different schools talked about student achievement, character counts, different things. So the first person that talked was 4th and 5th grade students. They were talking about their school and how character counts is extremely important to their everyday school life. So that was Cimarron School. So Cimarron School talks about how they have a positive culture, that every morning the teachers with their classrooms get in like a morning huddle and kind of talk about what they're going to do for the day. I found that really cool because I feel like that's something you do as a team, and huddling kind of makes it like you're going to go through the day together. Like, it's not separating anybody, it's actually bringing them closer. So every Wednesday, Cimarron School does building character. So each grade has a different pillar that recognizes character, and they each have a specific color. So each grade will wear their specific color for the day on Wednesday, and they represent what part of character they implement into their daily lives. Another thing that they talked about was a star squad. So fifth graders are, so at Cimarron School, the fifth graders make a star squad, and there's certain children who are chosen to mentor the younger children and to give them ideas on how to have better character, and how to just incorporate this their good character into the school and just spread kindness. And I thought that was really good, because sometimes children don't listen to adults because they look at them as like an authority figure. And so when a child's telling another child something, it kind of releases that authority tension, and it's just a conversation. So I think it's really cool if like a first grader is listening to a fifth grader because she looks up to that fifth grader. So I thought the mentoring was really supportive to the children. What else? Oh, Palmdale Discovery Center spoke about how not all curriculum for children is math and science and reading. Every child requires specific attention and specific curriculum that is going to benefit them in their life. So Palmdale Discovery Center is a special education center, and what they do is, instead of focusing on curriculum, they focus on helping children develop skills that they need in everyday life. So they showed us videos of them teaching children how to brush their teeth, how to greet one another, how to drink out of a cup, how to put books away. One thing that I thought was extremely awesome was children, the school provided children with devices like little iPads or things like that. And even though the children couldn't verbally express what they were saying, the children were great writers, and they could type on their device what they wanted to say, and they would express to their teacher, to their classmates in that way. And I thought that was awesome, because I never knew that was something that was implemented in a school. And I think it's great how it kind of changes your perspective on special education children, because in my mind, I thought special education children could not verbally express themselves. But not only that, I thought they couldn't express themselves in any way. And knowing that they can express themselves through technology is amazing. And I think that technology should be shared with other schools, so that all special education children can benefit from that. I think it's amazing. Lastly, what they did was they did an Employee Perfect Attendance Award. The Employee Perfect Attendance Award I thought was cool, because usually just students get attendance awards, but I mean, without the teachers, they wouldn't be able. Without teachers, like, children wouldn't be able to learn and wouldn't be able to get the confidence they need by having a stable environment. You know, if a substitute's coming in every other day to teach your class, the child's not gonna have a stable and secure environment. So I think teacher attendance and employee attendance is extremely important, and I think it is a really good thing to reward teachers that are taking the time to be there every day and help children in their education. So I thought that was really cool. I really liked how, I would say the one impression that I really liked was one teacher talked about character. When the Cimarron teacher was talking about character counts, she said that they had given a necklace, a little heart necklace, to every child in the school district, and to every teacher and employee. And what they did with that is it reminded children that children are the heart of education, and that as employees, we have to ensure that we're providing the children with the right amount of character, respect, and integrity, where we can expect them to behave in the same way. And I thought that was really cool. And she ended up giving each of the board members and the board of trustees a necklace as well. And I think that's a really cool way to connect with the children, because if a child's wearing the necklace and they see the principal wearing the necklace, they can connect in that way and realize that they're all a team and they're all doing this together. So I found that really cool. I like that because I didn't know that the audience could, or the people speaking could interact that way with the board members. I thought it was a more professional manner, but I think having that personal touch does make the district closer. So yeah, it was my first board meeting at Palmdale School District, or my first board meeting ever, I should say. I learned a lot and I really liked this assignment. So yeah.